G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League, and we're in Season 6. I'll link to the playlist now, but I'm running Diggersby, Deoxys Defense, and Shadow Victreebel. So, as you might tell, this team is pretty weak to flyers, actually, and in particular weak to Altaria, so let's hope I don't see one of those. So on the lead we've got Wishcash, so really bad against Diggersby, got to get it out of there. I come in with the Deoxys defense, and out comes Altaria, so this is absolutely perfect. Nothing else in my team can even touch Altaria, at least with rock slides. I can put some pressure on, so able to get to 2 rock slides. They don't shield that up, so happy days for me. I'm going to shield up this Sky Attack and try and get to another rock slide, which I'm just not able to do, so that's really unfortunate. I bring out the Diggersby, so here when Altaria comes out, the next one I've got is Diggersby, and I can run Fire Punch there. So Fire Punch, they made a really good swap there, so to burn some energy, and then I'm going to come in with my Shadow Vic. So for this I do need to shield this up. It's going to be an Ice Beam, and that would take me out, and then look to charge all the way down here and store up energy, and as soon as that Altaria comes back out, I can throw the Leaf Blade there and look to take this out. Not quite able to, but one quick Razor Leaf will take it out, and then out comes the Wishcash, and that thing is going to be absolutely destroyed by the Victreebel. So really good there, able to take that game. So a bit of a misplay on my opponents. Well, I guess why bring out the Altaria to the Deoxys defense? But I mean, good for me. So into this one, so I win the lead matchup. They've swapped into the Shift Tree. I'm hoping to grab a Leaf Blade there. Unfortunately, it was the foul play, so they were able to get there. So I'm going to shield this one up, and I'm expecting this to be a Leaf Blade, but it is actually a foul play, so that's really interesting. I'm going to throw my own Rock Slide here, and we'll see if they want to shield this up. They do decide to shield it up, so we're going to look to charge this down. So do I let this go? Yes, I do. It is the Leaf Blade that comes through, and I am able to shield that up. So I'm going to look to charge down with my Shadow Vic here, and let's see what comes out. So out comes the so I swap into my Diggersby and get enough time to get the Earthquake in. So what they should have done there is swap out. It's not a good matchup against Diggersby either, to be honest. The Stunfisk, but the Psychic user is always going to be a better matchup for Victreebel, so you might as well burn some energy on that and hope that you get matched up with that at the end. So for this one, I'm not going to shield this up. I'm going to wait for save it for the Victreebel just in case, but I was able to charge down with Diggersby there. So Diggersby putting in some work, so that Earthquake just absolutely wrecking the Mythical there. So we'll jump into the next one and see how we go. So on the lead, it's not ideal. So Clefable on the lead, so this is not bad. And they're running Electric, which is not what I expected at all. So this is doing absolutely no damage to Diggersby. It is immune to the Electric typing. So I am going to look to keep this matchup. I want to shield this just in case, and it is the Moonblast. So that is going to do a lot of damage. And I'm going to go throw another Fire Punch here just because I want to burn some energy. So out comes the Alolan Marowak, and I throw a Fire Punch to try and bait a shield because I am down a shield. Was expecting them to use it. For this, I don't need to shield this up. Regardless of what it is, it's not going to do huge amounts of damage. Shadow Bone does absolutely nothing because of the normal typing of Diggersby. Going to throw the Earthquake, and no shield absolutely one-shots that thing. So for this one, I think what I'm going to do is save some energy on the Diggersby, swap into my Deoxys defense, and going to want them to swap out, but they're not swapping out, so I'm just going to throw the Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt's going to do a lot of damage here. Let them throw energy all day long. Looks like they possibly don't have, so they're throwing Play Roughs, which is probably more efficient, but not too bad for me. So going to throw another Thunderbolt. Let's see if they want to shield that one up. So they do shield up, and then they do charge down the Stun Fist there. So I'm going to throw the Fire Punch here, try and get that last shield. Let's see if I can. I'm not able to, well, I say get that last shield, there is no shield there. So for this one, I'm going to let this go and then come in and charge down. So even if this takes me out, it doesn't, so I swap in because I don't want them to get any extra energy on me to throw something on my Victreebel. So swap that in, charge it down, pretty straightforward there. So really good game, that one for me. So jumping into the next battle, and let's see what we get. So Wishcash on the lead. Again, not ideal for me, but this one is running Mudshot, so not quite as bad as Water Gun. They're going to throw the Mud Bomb, and then they're not switching out, so I'm just waiting. I'm really hoping that they switch out. They are not, so I'm going to overcharge here and fake their Psycho Boost. Let's see if I can grab a shield. No shield there, which is unfortunate. And then I'm just going to let this go. So I was going for the Thunderbolt. I mean, I'll need to check what is the better move. So throwing the Thunderbolt there, it's going to be resisted against an outcome Skarmory. So this shows people don't know what the moveset of Diggersby is, because Skarmory into this match is not really an ideal match for them, because those Fire Punches just do so much damage. The Mud Shots are resisted because of the Flying type, but Flying type would be immune to ground, but because it is also steel, it's only doing single resisted damage, so not as bad as some of the other flyers. And these Fire Punches are really adding up on the Skarmory. Just able to spam them out, get them there so very quickly, which is absolutely perfect. So able to get the last shield there, and then let's see what happens. So they got the shield, and then I got to another Fire Punch before them. This Diggersby is just putting in the work on that Skarmory, and that's absolutely perfect because I do not want to be matched up against the Skarmory against my Victreebel. So I do need to shield this one up because I do want to throw the Earthquake because they're running double steel in the back, which that is going to be super effective there, that Diggersby, and then able to swap in with the Shadow Vic as soon as I throw the Earthquake so they don't charge up any extra energy, and then go to town on it with the Shadow Vic, and was able to fast move farm that one down. So good game right there, but it does explain why they came in with the Skarmory, because yeah, it's just not a fun time with Registeel against the Diggersby. It's going to absolutely wreck it. So, Skarmory on the lead. So, this one's not bad. And what I like to do here is overfarm a little bit. And I do grab a shield, which is absolutely outstanding. Early shield is fine. I'm never going to be faking this because, well, the other option is Earthquake, which just is not going to be doing anything. So, throw another Fire Punch. And what I want to do here is overfarm on all of these Fire Punches so they can't count the moves and time it right, and so maybe they get a little bit greedy on the charging, which looks like they have. So will they go for another shield? No, they don't. So they're down a shield, and I'm able to come in. So out comes the Altaria. Really horrible for my team. So Diggersby's not going to be able to do anything. All of its moves are going to be resisted, so I'm just going to have to let it go. Out comes the Deoxys defense here, and I am up a shield, so happy days for me. So I'm going to have to shield this up, just in case it is the bigger hitting move, but it is just a Sky Attack. I'm going to let this second one go through, a bit too fast to be doing anything but Sky Attack here, and then they do make a incredibly nice sack swap, which is unfortunate, because out comes my Shadow Vic here, and possibly what I should have done here is let the Shadow Vic go and then come back in with the Deoxys defense and look to farm down, because out comes the Altaria and I'm just not going to be able to do anything. Gets to the charge move. I'm going to be able to Sky Attack here. They've got a shield, and I'm just going to give that one up because that's GG's right there. So good game by them. Bit of a misplay by me, and able to go 4-1 in that set. So really nice there, and we'll jump into the next set. So Altaria is just awful for my team. Really, really bad. So Dugong on the lead, so really not good for me. Swap into the Deoxys defense, and out comes the Snorlax. So Snorlax is an interesting one in this league. So the lick damage is going to be super effective, but because I'm running counter on this, it's also going to do super effective fast move damage, and then I'm going to throw the rock slides. So because I was able to get a little bit of a head start on energy there, I'm able to get to another rock slide. And as you can see, it's doing a lot of damage, and they have shielded once. So I'm actually going to shield here and look to farm down. I'm just hoping they don't have back-to-back body slams. Look to farm down, which I'm able to do, and then win switch, because that is very important. I do not want my Diggersby matched up against the Dugong. Unfortunately, they're able to get to the Icy Wind just before I'm able to get to my rock slide. So they swap into a Hypno here, and then I instantly swap into my Diggersby. Obviously, you don't want confusion damage into a Shadow Vic. It's just going to tear it apart. For this one, I'm going to let this go, and we'll see what comes. It is the Thunder Punch, so it does absolutely nothing. Able to let that go. Going to overfarm just a little bit and throw the Fire Punch. I'm hoping to get their last shield. Was not quite able to do so, but I am able to get it very, very close. Throw the Shadow Ball again. That's going to do absolutely nothing, and then I'll look to farm this down. So out comes the Dugong. I'm going to throw the Earthquake. If they don't shield, that's GG's for them. But then I'm going to swap straight into the Shadow Vic to just do some massive amount of fast move damage. So I'm going to shield this up, and then look to farm down and take that game pretty comfortably in the end there, even with the debuff. It's just such a beast, and obviously the super effective damage of that Razor Leaf just tears that Dugong apart. So really good game right there, and we'll jump into the next one and see how we go. So not the most favourable lead, but was able to come back from it, so happy days. We'll see what we've got matched up for us here. Oh, and errored out of that one, so we'll jump in again, and hopefully we get a match this time. So able to get the match pretty quick here, and we'll see if this one actually loads, which it does. So happy days. So Skarmory into Diggersby, so not too bad for me. I don't mind this matchup because of this Fire Punch. So without the Fire Punch, it's not a good matchup. Fire Punch into Skarmory is just absolutely outstanding. Able to let this first one go, hoping it's not a Brave Bird, which it's not, just the Sky Attack, so that's absolutely fine. Again, over farming there on the Fire Punches, just so they can't keep count, or can't keep count quite as easily. Unfortunately, they were able to get to another Sky Attack, and I will shield that one up, so I'm actually down a shield, and then they swapped into Machamp, so that's absolutely brutal. Able to hit them with that, and then I'm going to swap straight into my Shadow Vic, and actually able to charge down before that thing can even get to a move, so happy days for me. Able to get to a Leaf Blade here, so let's see if they want to let this go. No, so they do shield this up, which is fine. I know this has got energy, so I'm going to come into my Deoxys defense here and look to soak some of this damage and farm that down. So we're even shields, and out comes the Abomasnow. So really interesting there, and I'm going to throw the Rock Slide. Let's see if they have can they want a shield? Yep, there goes the shield. So I'm going to also match that shield. No, I'm going to let this go. Let the Deoxys defense go, so they have to throw more energy. So I'm going to shield up this second one and look to get to another Rock Slide, which I am able to do. So happy days. Able to get to that Rock Slide, and that's going to be enough to take out the Abomasnow. So Abomasnow, really good one there, and I'm really glad I didn't have that matched up against my Shadow Vic. So good call on bringing the Shadow Vic against the Shadow Machamp. So next one comes in, and let's see what we get. So on the lead, we have a Swampert. So Swampert, not good for me. Hydro Cannon is absolutely going to tear me apart. And what I want this to do is swap out. And they did. They swapped into the Skarmory because they possibly know that Skarmory does not have a very good matchup against the Diggersby. And they want to keep that for that matchup in place. So I'm going to just throw another Rock Slide here. Not going to go with the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt, if they don't shield, is the better move. And they just have no shielded twice there, and let me farm them down. So that's an interesting play by the opponent, but happy days for me. So out comes the Swampert. They're going to throw energy straight away, and I'm absolutely fine with that. I am then going to come in with my Shadow Vic, and they're obviously going to swap straight out of that. I'm going to swap into my Diggersby to take this Galarian Stunfisk. So they throw the Earthquake, not ideal for me, but still not going to use a shield there. If they throw another Earthquake, it's not great for me. It is going to take me out. Let's see if I can get there. So going to let this go, hoping they're baiting, and they're not. So double Earthquake, great play by them, and then going to look to charge down with the Shadow Vic, and able to do so before they can get to a charge move. And you're going to see Shadow Vic, a couple of Razor Leafs tears apart Swampert. I go one shield, they go. They've got one shield and they're taken out. So GG's right there. Any of the Mud Boys come up against Shadow Vic, it is a very, very fast match. Those Razor Leafs just tear them apart. So really good game right there for me, and happy days. So let's see what we get. So Diggersby again into Skarmory. Skarmory seems to be the Pokemon of the day. Again, over farm with those fire punches and then throw away. So want to be throwing those before the Skarmory can get to its charge move. I'm going to let that go because I'll potentially match shields if I need to, and then they swap into Toxicroak, so it takes me a second to try and figure out what I should do here. I'm going to let this Mud Bomb go. It's not going to do too much damage, but it is going to be very, very spammy. So I want to try and fake a Psycho Boost here, and I'm really hoping to try and grab a shield, but wasn't able to do so. I'm going to, again, let this Mud Bomb go and see if I can get to my Rock Slide first, which I can. Let's see if they want to shield this up. I do have to win this matchup, but they let it go. So out, I assume, will come. No. So they come out with a Lapras. So I was expecting the Skarmory to come back out, but instead I bring out my Shadow Vic into the Lapras because Shadow Vic's got absolutely no play against Skarmory, and then now I'm just going to start throwing, so insta swap into Diggersby and then start throwing those fire punches there. So I've got two shields and I'm going to use one. This gets taken out, doesn't matter how many shields I have. My Shadow Vic will be farmed down by the Skarmory with the damage that it's got. So able to get to a last second fire punch here and take out the Skarmory, so that's really good for me. One fast move from the Lapras takes out the Diggersby, come in with the Shadow Vic, and then I'll look to farm down, which I'm able to do, so shield up the Surf, and then able to farm down, so good game right there. So happy with that one. So jumping into, and so obviously by now you will have figured out my moves. So I'm running Mud Shot, Fire Punch and Earthquake, Deoxys Defense, Counter, Rock Slide, Thunderbolt, and Victreebel, Razor Leaf, Leaf Blade, and Acid Spray. So nothing really outstanding there. So for this one, this is a really bad match for me because I can't really swap out. Well, I can, and let's try it. So the problem I have here is if they swap out now, my backline, like Diggersby, can do nothing to Altaria, and Shadow Vic can do nothing to Altaria. So they didn't swap out, which is actually okay for me. So I think this is going to be a power up punch, so no point in shielding this one. Let it go. There we go. Is the power up punch. So going to throw a Rock Slide here. They did take a long time to switch out, so it does mean our switch clocks are not synced, so I need to be watching that and try and get out of there. So swapped into the Shadow Vic, did not shield that up because it's got absolutely no play against their Altaria, and then because we're so out of sync, I'm going to throw my fire punches here. Out comes the Altaria again. Now, I need to be able to burn some time here. Like I said, we're so far out of sync, so I'm just going to be throwing these fire punches. They're doing absolutely nothing, but that's fine if I can burn that clock. And what I want to do is try and catch a, well, not catch charge move, but swap into the Deoxys defense, and I'm able to get to the rock slide, so I do need to shield one up once, and they let it go. Obviously, they have no shield, so they take out my Deoxys defense there, and then out comes the Shadow Vic. It is running a poison move. It is running poison, so that opens the window for me. And I'm able to get to another fire punch and take it out. So had they been running Razor Leaf on that, that's GG's. That game not even close. But because they were running poison, absolutely outstanding and able to go 5-0. So almost that last game. So Altaria on the lead is just awful for me. It really puts me in a bad place. But staying in that match really helped me out. And I've got an Eevee as a reward, so got the excellent throw. I've got a video on how to improve your excellent throws. I'll link that now if you want to check it out. Excellent throws are going to be helpful soon, and at the moment you get 2000 XP and managed to jag a second one, so happy days with that. So 2000 XP for getting an excellent throw now, so definitely well worth a bit of practice. So check that out and see what you can do. So with that, 5-0, really happy there. And let's see what that does to our level, and that gets us up into rank 9. So as you can see, I haven't done a huge number of games, but sort of slowly climbing there, rank 9, and hopefully that was useful for someone. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.